Welcome to Bradt News. Here's our STARR student.
Hi, Bradt School. Kindergarten Star Power winners here. First up is Harper from Mrs. Pace, Braxton from Mrs. Newman's, Daniel from Mrs. Winelines, Kira from Mrs. Pigliaventos, LaShawn from Mrs. Groves, Abigail from Mrs. Griesmer's, Sadie from Mrs. Bowman's, Danilo from Mrs. Antonides, and Dimitri from Mrs. Rouse, and Evelyn from Miss B's, and Mark from Mrs. Ajetsky.
Okay, first grade Star Power winners. Here we go for Mrs. Yates' class, Adriana. For Mrs. Filarecki's class, Anna. For Mrs. Morano's class, Lou. For Mrs. Shaluli's class, Michaela. For Mrs. Plushy's class, Nicole. For Mrs. Masic's class, Rosabella. For Mrs. Hurst's class, Christoph. For Mrs. Ferraro's class, Rocco. For Mrs. Nicotol's class, Cameron. For Mrs. Ubansky's class, Derek R. Way to go!
Second grade Star Power winners are Mason from Mrs. Kaleshi's class, Serenity from Mrs. Mosher's class, Gavin from Mrs. McGuire's class, Milana from Mrs. McDuffie's, Sarah from Mrs. McCabe, Violet from Mrs. Helverson, Nora from Mrs. Hackett, Jacob S. from Mrs. Deo, and Juliana from Mrs. D'Agostino's. Nice job, Star Power friends.
Hey friends, listen, if you finish your lunch early at the cafeteria time, you know what you can do? You can raise your hand and ask the lunch ladies. And what could you do, Luigi?
You could get a book, or you can draw a picture, write a note. There's lots of things you can do if you're done early in the cafeteria.
And don't forget to sit on your bottom or
raise your hand if you want to ask cafeteria staff for book, paper, or drawing. This week's STAR class winners are
kindergarten, Mrs. Pace's class, first grade, Mrs. Verano's class, and second grade, Mrs. Hackett's class.
Hit the subscribe button.